Today, I am sharing with you some of the steps that you can take to be your best self in 2026. Let's just call it a midlife glow up. Hello, welcome to my channel. My name is Oralia, and it is so nice to come back from a few days off. I had a wonderful holiday. I hope that you had the same. Okay, so I'm going to go over with you 11 actually, things that you can do for a midlife 2026 glow up. These are all things that will, to a certain effect, romanticize your life a little bit, but definitely prioritize yourself. And I think that that is one of the things that gets lost when you use the term romanticize your life. You're romanticizing your life for yourself. In order to bring joy to your life, in order to elevate yourself and to care for yourself. And so that's what we're doing today. Respect yourself enough to, even when you are getting ready for winding down for the evening, that you're putting on something that looks good. Get rid of the tired t-shirts and the tired sweatpants and, all of that stuff. Get yourself some really nice matching pajama sets and really nice loungewear. It doesn't have to be expensive. It doesn't have to be luxury, although you do get extra credit if you buy yourself a really nice something for either lounging around in or pajama set, because you are worth it. You have walked a lot of years on this planet and you deserve to treat yourself if that is what you want to do. I am implementing this myself because I am very guilty of wearing pajamas that are falling apart. I am very guilty of wearing just stuff that I'm throwing together. I want to elevate my own self in this way because I deserve it, and you do too. So that's the first thing, I think, to reach that romanticizing your life, or better yet, let's call it bringing elegance into your life. You're going to find that some of these are grouped together because this is just my stream of consciousness as I made this list. The second thing is to wear perfume to bed. I know this sounds a little bit preposterous, but potentially, but even if it's a body mist, it doesn't have to be an expensive perfume. Even if it's a body mist, wear it to go to sleep, because you want to set the tone for your sleep. You want to set the tone for that elegant life that you want to lead. Now, my strategy is to spritz perfume that I know doesn't last for a lot of hours. Jo Malone, as lovely as their perfumes are, on me at any rate, they don't last. They last maybe 3 to 4 hours, if that. And so I figured I have got a ton of Jo Malone colognes that I'm not wearing. I'm using them so that way they don't just sit there and get old. Something that's light, something that, is not going to be there when you wake up in the morning is a good way to go, I think. Or you could wear the really nice perfume to bed if you want to, whatever. Just put on some fragrance before you go to bed so that way you feel feminine and beautiful and elevated as you're falling to sleep. You want to make your sleep as good as it can possibly be. And so you want to create a great environment. Because I work from home, the way that I am planning on doing this is when I'm getting ready to go downstairs, I'm going to do turn down service in my room. I'm going to put on some mood lighting. I'm going to light a candle. I am going to get the bed ready, and I'm going to spray a little bit of lavender spray on the pillows so that they're nice and beautifully scented before I go to bed. And just leave the room ready to come into bed and to read for a little bit and go to sleep. That's something that I plan to implement because it just sets the tone for the night. All of these things will help you to prioritize sleep, which is really important. Sleep is when our brains refresh. It is when our brains flush out all of the nastiness, and when you have a really good night's sleep, you wake up the next morning and you're alert and you feel good. And so doing all of these things will help to set the tone for the night. Take some time and treat yourself well before you go to bed. Like I said, the pajamas, the prepping the room, the putting on fragrance, those are the things that I plan to implement in the new year so that I can do my 2026 midlife glow up. I make my bed most days. And on the days that I don't make my bed, I don't feel as good going to bed. There are statistics that show that people who make their beds daily lead a more productive day, they lead a more productive life. I can attest to that. Whenever I make my bed, I feel different. I feel ready. I feel like I have done at least one good thing in the day. That makes going to bed an even better experience. So, absolutely, making your bed every day, I think, is a great way of setting your mind for a wonderful day. So, the next item is around cleaning daily so that way these tasks stay small. They don't become this big effort that you have to make in order to keep your house clean. I have found that when the house is cluttered and when it's messy, it really takes a lot more energy from you. It's energy that I could use in other places in my life. And so keeping the house really nice and clean, our dining room, our entryway, our living room, the kitchen, our primary bedroom, all of that really, really went a long way in helping me be calm and helping me actually want to spend time with my family and want to just enjoy my environment. And so I plan to carry that into 2026 and making sure that I keep up with the daily chores so that way we maintain a really lovely, calm home. And maybe we reset once a week or we reset once a month or whatever. But keeping the house tidy and taking care of those daily chores so that way it doesn't become this massive task that you dread and you have got all this clutter and all this mess in your house that's preying on your mind. Go to bed with a clean kitchen, wake up with a clean bedroom. I mean, all of the things, right? And that way you feel much better in your home environment because your home is your sanctuary and it should be someplace where you feel comfortable, where you can think, where you can create, where you can be loving and be loved. So definitely that one I am taking to heart. Another one that I actually implemented last year to a majority of the year, but I want to push even further and make sure that it happens even more, and that is to get dressed every single day. Even if it's just like a Saturday or a Sunday and all you're doing is lounging around the house, that's when the really nice loungewear comes into play. You never know when you have to run out and go run an errand or maybe pick up groceries or whatever the case may be. You're nice and dressed for your day. You're ready to go. I plan my outfits weekly and then I make sure to lay out my outfit for the next day the night before so that it's ready to go, and it reminds me, hey, you've got to get dressed. And this includes even putting on a little bit of makeup. One of the things that really bugged me during Vlogmas was the fact that I showed up so often not wearing makeup. Now, it's okay to not wear makeup. That's fine. But for me personally, I felt undone when I wasn't wearing makeup. And I'm a little bit embarrassed that I showed up so often not wearing makeup because I was not taking the time for myself. I feel so much better that I'm dressed, that I made up, even if just pulling my hair back and putting on some jewelry, I just feel so much more myself. And that's proof that getting dressed every day really, really matters. So take the time and get dressed, plan out your outfit. Even if you're not planning your outfits out weekly, that's fine. Putting out the outfit that you want to wear the next day, you've already taken care of that decision at the end of the day, and you don't have to worry about it in the morning. You just got to put it all on. And it really does go a long way in shifting your mindset to, oh, I've got to get dressed. And now in 2026, I'm going to add the step of, oh, I should probably put on some tinted sunscreen at the very least. It doesn't have to be a full beat face of makeup. As a matter of fact, it probably shouldn't be. It should be something nice and simple, like a tinted sunscreen or a skin tint of some sort, that you just kind of put on like you would your moisturizer, maybe a little bit of mascara, maybe you comb your brows, a nice little gloss. The Revlon lipsticks that I enjoy wearing are really perfect for that because it just gives a hint of color, but a lot of really wonderful moisturization. Whatever it is for you, take the time to take care of yourself every day and be prepared for your day by getting dressed so that way you don't feel sloppy. I think that's the best way to describe it. When I don't get dressed, when I'm running around and just my unmatched PJs or my old tired, whatever that I'm wearing, I feel very sloppy, really very meh, And so taking care of yourself by getting dressed every day is important, and it will really go a long way in giving you that glow up that you're looking for. Don't save it for best. And I'm not just talking about clothes. I'm talking about everything. One of the other things that I learned, or that I found myself wanting to do in the holiday season, was to use my really nice dishes, to use the Christmas dishes that I have. I've got quite a few Christmas dishes. And so I pulled them out of their box and I put them in the cupboard. And, we drink out of our Christmas cups. I had a special set of dish towels that I was using for the holiday. I had a special hand towel that I was using in my guest bathroom. My Christmas dishes, like I said, I brought them out. I put them in the cupboard. I used them. And it was really nice. Now that I am bringing in a lot more silver, a lot more crystal into my home, which is another point that I'm going to touch on here, I want to use it. One of the other things that I started doing is we have bubbly water. Let's drink it out of the nice crystal because it will taste better. And it does. And it just feels so good. And so I'm going to do that in 2026. I am going to make sure that I am using the good crystal, that I am using the silver that I know is safe for food, and that I'm going to go at least once a week. We're going to eat in the dining room off of our nice plates, do a table setting using the good stuff because it's there and life is too short to have it sitting in a box waiting for that dinner party that you're going to have that ends up getting canceled at the last minute. I want us to really enjoy what we have and to take the time to be with it, to use it, to enjoy it. And it also pertains to clothing. It also pertains to makeup. It also pertains to fragrance. Use the good stuff. Stop saving it for best. Wear it every day or any day. A good example are diamonds. People will get really nice jewelry and they won't wear it. Well, wear your nice jewelry. It's there. Use it. Wear the silk scarf. Wear the brooches. Wear the fancy shoes. Wear the beautiful dress. Maybe it's a date night. Maybe it's just going to the grocery store. Whatever the case may be, wear the good stuff now because life is short. And that way you've had a chance to really use the good stuff, that you have no regrets, right? When you look back. I know it seems trivial to talk about dishes as being a regret, but it is a regret. If you're like me and you're this age, you've lived a life and you have nice things accumulated. Use them because it's important to do that. It's important to treat yourself in that way. So I'm going to jump off my soapbox here. I think it's really, really important though. Use the good stuff now everywhere that you have it. So that leads me into the next item. It's important because it's your home environment. It's where you are a majority of the time, especially if you're like me, where I work from home, or if you're retired, or even if you're not, you want your home to be a beautiful space. And what that means is to curate everything in your home that makes you happy, that brings you joy, and use it and just revel in it. I have recently discovered our design aesthetic, and I am starting to bring that design aesthetic together in our home because it brings me and my partner both a lot of joy. And so we are slowly working toward curating a home. And I would urge you to do secondhand as much as you can, not because it's of value, not because it is older or whatever. Curate from secondhand because it is sustainable. There's no point in going out and buying something new if you can find it or something similar already loved. You can give it a second life and you can make it a part of your home, and you can save yourself a little bit of money in the long run. And you're also helping the planet when you go secondhand as often as you can. Like during the holidays, I found these beautiful candlesticks from Pottery Barn at the thrift store. These are beautiful. They're gorgeous. They're timeless. They're silver plated. I love them because they bring this grandeur to my house, but I spent a fraction of what they actually cost when they were brand new. And so that's what I'm talking about, is to cultivate and curate a home, not cultivate, cultivate is planting, curate a home that is filled with items that you love. Or if you're a minimalist, that's fine. But what you do have, try and find it secondhand if you can. If not, that's okay. Don't worry about it, but make sure that you love what you get, and give it its proper due, because you spent hard money on it and you want to enjoy it. You want to get that return. Getting a return on investment doesn't always equate to money. If you're speaking strictly financials, investment means getting money back. You make investments in time. You make investments in effort. And so investment doesn't just mean money. Investment means you've given something and you want to get a return on that something. When you make that investment in like a couch or a bag or a pair of pants, you're getting something back for that. It's an energy exchange. Make sure that you are getting that something back from it that is positive, not negative, and you're getting some joy out of it. Anyway, okay, moving on. In 2025, I started, and I am carrying through to 2026 the importance of taking care of myself via taking care of the skin. I feel so much better about myself when my skin looks good. So on those occasions when all I'm wearing is a skin tint, you can still see my skin coming through and it looks good and it feels good. And I know that I have taken care of myself. I know that I have put myself first. I've given myself some respect. And I have made that time investment in taking care of my skin. And the return that I get back is that I am so much happier. And so that's really, really important. It doesn't have to be a super complicated skincare routine. I would say maybe invest in a skincare device like an infrared mask, because that in itself is probably the best skincare tool that I could recommend for you, because it, if anything, really will help you to get some sleep. Because red light is important, especially if you do it at around the time the sun is coming down. You can get red light naturally at sunrise and at sunset if you have the benefit of getting the sun. I do not have that. I live in the Pacific Northwest where it is cloudy a majority of the year. And so having the infrared mask is a lifesaver for me. It really does a lot in helping to lift my mood and helping me to get better sleep and all of those things. But in addition to all of that, it improves collagen production in your skin. It gives your skin a really nice lift and it brightens the skin, I think. And it just is nice to spend 10 minutes just hanging out with an infrared mask and enjoying time to yourself, even if all you're doing is reading a book, looking at a magazine, or just laying back with your eyes closed and just taking a minute to breathe. Whatever the case is, invest in your skincare and invest in a good skincare tool. I will be sure to have some of the things that I love linked below for you, including pajama sets that I'm looking at, including really nice loungewear or really nice pieces that you can bring together as loungewear, because I wear my cashmere as loungewear, guys. I do. I don't wear it just when I get dressed. I wear it at home just to roam around home. If you watch the vlogs, you saw me. I wore my cashmere a lot on days that I was just not doing much, because it's nice. It feels good on the skin and it keeps me warm. Get those loungewear pieces, the really nice ones. I will be sure to have all of the things that I would recommend for each of these categories down below, including bedding, because having nice bedding is really going to go a long way in helping you to sleep better. Trust me. Before I go, though, I do want to give you a bonus item, and that is to be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. Show yourself some grace. It's okay. Just take a deep breath and just be kind to yourself, because a lot of times we talk to ourselves in a much harsher way than we talk to others. And if you're kind to others, you should be kind to yourself. You should extend the same kindness, if not more, to yourself, because You are your own best friend. You are the person that you live with the longest and the most. And so being kind to yourself is very, very important. Show yourself a little grace. Know that you're human. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a hug. Take a long bath. Whatever it is, however it is that you need to be kind to yourself, be kind to yourself. You're the only you have. And you have to be nice to you in order to be nice to others. I do owe those of you folks out there who were watching Vlogmas an apology because I did not close out Vlogmas very well this year. I was enjoying spending time with my loved ones so much that editing content kind of fell by the wayside. It has been weighing on my mind a little bit, but I have to say that it was so lovely to be able to spend all of my time and all of my energy with my family, enjoying them, enjoying each other, enjoying the fun times, enjoying all the food, enjoying everything. And I hope that you understand that I just couldn't be bothered. I wanted to really revel in spending time with my family. I wanted to be present. I didn't want to have to worry about editing vlogs. And I just kind of decided to take a break. And I think that you will be okay with it. But I did want to apologize because I didn't close out Vlogmas very well. I didn't close out Vlogmas at all, actually. I will be going on another short break. This is just kind of like something that I'm putting in the middle of my break. But I am going to be going on another bit of a little break. I will see you again in a week. I'm not going to be posting anything over the weekend. It's this, and then the next thing that you see from me is going to be on the 7th of January when we go back to regularly scheduled programming. I'm probably going to start publishing shorts again. I was doing it there for a bit, but I took a breather. Now I'm going to be putting shorts up again, so you'll be able to at least catch me there, and I'll try and post in the community tab. One of the other things that I'm going to be focusing more on in 2026 is my membership here on YouTube. I've had it for a while and I've got a few members, but I really do want to devote more time to that space here on my channel. So I will be working on ways to provide more through my membership. And so for those of you who have been subscribed as members, I am so sorry that I have not given the membership as much attention as I should have, and I appreciate your patronage, and I want to show you my gratitude by providing you more content, more of me, and so you will be seeing some of that rolling out in the new year. I am still working on what that looks like, but I do definitely have some definite plans for the membership so far. Also, I am rebooting the newsletter yet once again, but this time I promise I'm going to be more consistent. And so if you want to subscribe to my newsletter, it is on Substack and it is called More Than Fashion. By the way, those of you who are subscribed to me on Substack, I have suspended the subscription, so you will no longer be charged for the membership on Substack. I'm not sure if I'm going to bring it back. Maybe at some point in the future, but for now, Substack is 100% free, and I will be posting newsletters once a week and then any video releases that I have. There will not be any other content outside of that on Substack, at least not for the time being. For the first half of the year, I want to give a lot of focus to the channel. I want to give a lot of more focus to the membership, and I want to give a lot more focus to just providing you with quality content. So that's all the housekeeping. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. As always, I truly appreciate it, and I truly appreciate you. I hope that you have a wonderful, wonderful new year. And I look forward to 2026 with you. It is going to be a really, really good one, especially because I am taking steps to help take care of myself. And I hope that you do the same. Thank you so much. Bye.